guys, a beautiful December morning here at Late Model Racecraft in Houston, Texas. Behind me, Curtis's 2017 ZL1 Camaro. And I said earlier, 2017 sounds new in my head, but it's almost 2024. It's a almost 7-year-old car, which is crazy, but Curtis keeps this thing pristine. It only has 8,000 miles on it. It is black. Black's kind of hard to keep clean on the outside. The inside is super clean as well. And he sent it down to us for our most common LT4 package, which is our 800 horsepower package. He wanted this thing to be able to hop in it, drive it without sacrificing drivability, and still pick up good horsepower gain. So this thing went from right over 500 rear-wheel horsepower to over 700 rear-wheel horsepower. And looking at it under the hood, you can see our 800 horsepower package are the basic bolt-ons for the LT4 platform while still going into the motor with our camshaft. So we have the RotoFab Big Gulp cold air intake, our custom grind cam package, which is cam, springs, retainers, and push rods. To spin the supercharger harder, we do an ATI lower balancer. And again, for this particular package, we do not spin the supercharger that hard. We want to keep intake air temps down. We try to keep the 1.7 liter supercharger super efficient. So with 700 rear horsepower, I want him to be able to keep it at 700 over and over and over again without having crazy intake air temps, and it pulls a whole bunch of timing. So we keep the blower speed pretty conservative on this setup. And as always, American Racing stainless steel headers all the way back to the catback, which we keep the factory catback on his car. That way he has the factory dual mode, so he can make it loud or quiet as he chooses. And this car is a 3-pedal car, so I'm about to go have some fun test driving this thing before we ship it back to Curtis. Guys, I hope you enjoy this. Stick around, and as always, comment below on what you think about this one, plus future content we have on the way. Welcome back to the channel, guys. Hope everyone's having a wonderful day. It is the end of 2023 already. It's crazy how time flies. We're almost in 2024. Those of you that watch our channel on a weekly basis, I greatly appreciate it, and I hope you are enjoying our channel and what we show you with these builds that we do, as well as what we do at events and so forth with the vehicles. Those of you that watch the channel on a monthly basis, or even if you're new to the channel for the first time, I hope you enjoy this video as well as future content we have coming out. But for those of you that do watch our channel regularly, whether it's a weekly basis or a monthly basis, for 2024 we are thinking about selling more merchandise like we have in the past. We've just been so busy building cars, we kind of stopped selling merchandise on our website. And we also are thinking about doing a car giveaway.
What you talking about?
So I want to hear from our viewers, those of you that watch our channel regularly. What kind of vehicle would you like to see given away? What kind of package would you like to see done to it? And it can be anything, any kind of car, any kind of performance work, any kind of wheels and tires. Be specific on what you would like to see as a giveaway. And then on the flip side of that, what kind of merchandise would you like to see on our channel? Obviously, we have our normal LMR merch with our shirts and hoodies and hats, keychains and stuff like that. What other kind of stuff would you like to see on the website to be able to purchase that you would use on a regular basis, but then also have a chance to win a badass car built by us? So please comment below, guys. again, what kind of vehicle, and then what kind of merch would you like to see. And again, it's the end of the year. I greatly appreciate all of you that do follow our channel, that give us likes, that do comment on our channels, all the videos that we post. We have a good media crew. Jason does a great job at editing these videos and all the stuff that we do. We have a good crew at the shop. So again, thanks to everyone that watches the videos, and then those of you that obviously send your cars to us. Much appreciated that you trust me to build you your dream vehicle, because I love doing this for a living and I would not change it for the world. So that being said, comment below on what y'all would like to see for 2024, and I'm gonna go test drive another 800 horsepower ZL1 we just finished up before it gets shipped back home. Take care, guys. This thing, you can tell he keeps it very clean, and he sent it down to us for our 800 horsepower package. For those of you that watch our channel, no, it is one of our most common packages for the LT4 platform. These cars come in making right over 500 rear-wheel horsepower. This car in particular left with right over 700 rear-wheel horsepower. You're talking 200 rear-wheel horsepower gain in a car that is still super reliable, that you could drive every day if you want to on 93 octane. Or those of you that live on the West Coast or somewhere with bad gas and 91's all you can get, we can build the same package for you with 91 octane. It would just probably be down an extra 15 or 20 horsepower to accommodate for the higher octane or lower octane rating. But Curtis sent this thing down, just finished it up yesterday on the dyno, so I'm going out for the first test drive today, make sure everything else is good on. I'm gonna do a couple little baby pulls, make sure air, fuel, and timing and everything still looks nice and safe on the motor before we ship it back to him. I think after hearing the numbers, he was excited about it making over 700 rear-wheel horsepower, but you can tell he's a gearhead like most of us and is already asking what the next steps are to make more horsepower. So as y'all know, if y'all seen our videos before, if you have not, for an LT4 like this, next step, going from 93 octane, if you have E85 where you live, we put a flex fuel sensor on this car, and then make sure the fueling is correct, and we can go back and forth from 93 or E85 and pick up a solid 50 rear-wheel horsepower with this same setup. Obviously we can go more into detail and port the supercharger, spin the supercharger harder, or even put a larger supercharger on it, which is what I think Curtis wants to do in the future. But for now, in my opinion, again, this is why I sell so many of these packages, the LT4 platform with the factory tires on it, with 700 rear-wheel horsepower, whether it's an automatic or in this case a manual, it's still usable horsepower and torque. There's never too much horsepower, right? But there is a point where if you're not hooking it up on the road, it's kind of hard to use the horsepower. Now for people that go to track events or roll racing events, obviously we need as much horsepower as we can get for those types of events. But if it's just a weekend warrior and a car you just want to drive and enjoy, there is a horsepower limit depending on the tires as well as the drivetrain components you have on your vehicle. So that's why this package is our most common, because you get the extra 200 rear-wheel horsepower out of it, plus it sounds incredible and it is very reliable, where you can hop in this thing and beat on it over and over again and enjoy yourself while still having a little bit of traction. So I am going to keep traction control on because it still has the factory tires on it all the way around. But I mean, even in just a second gear, these cars are so much fun. The TR66s are a blast. Second gear, just tries to haze them. Tried to traction control, kept us in the lane. Grab third gear and this thing takes off and goes. The TR66s are so much fun to drive. I don't know lift shift customer cars, but my personal car, the TR66s, you can no lift shift these pretty easily once you get the hang of driving this thing. But to go from a little over 500 rear-wheel horsepower to that, the first time you drive a car like this, most customers are pretty amazed that the seat of the pants feel how much even 100 rear wheel horsepower gain feels when you're driving it, let alone 200 rear wheel horsepower. I'm gonna pull over and look at that real quick. That's the first pull, first little baby pull I made under a load on the street. So even though it was spinning and traction control was kicking in quite a bit in second gear, I still want to look at it before we open our legs up a little bit more.
What you talking about, mister?
So yeah, timing is being pulled in second gear to keep the tires hooked up. That's why I said this package right here with 700 rear wheel horsepower, to me, is just so much fun because it's usable horsepower and usable torque. So second gear obviously spinning, and then we grabbed third gear and she hooked up pretty well and took off. Air fuel looks good. Air temps look good. So that is another thing with the 1.7 liter supercharger. For this package, we run an ATI lower balancer to spin the supercharger harder, but we still keep the boost levels pretty conservative for this package. When customers want more, like if we do E85 or port the blower and we want more horsepower, obviously we have to spin the blower quite a bit more, but then you have to make sure you have the right fueling for that. So let me save this real quick. And then I'm gonna go do one or two more, make sure she's good before we ship it back to Curtis. And the ZL1s just handle so well, anything from just normal driving to braking to taking turns in these cars. These things, if you have not road raced a vehicle and you want to road race a vehicle, a ZL1 Camaro stock is a great platform to start with. Then you take it and add more performance like we did with this one, and you have one hell of a road race car. The 1LEs obviously come a little bit stiffer suspension and so forth, but even the basic ZL1s, these things are so much fun to drive. And again, we do a lot of 10-speed automatics, but the manual cars, again, if you're just if you're not sitting in traffic every day and you want a car to enjoy, 3 pedals, I do highly recommend. So in a few minutes, we'll be up at the LMR track, and I will try to do one more little pull, let you guys hear this thing. And again, when it comes to the sound, we keep, for this one, the stock mufflers on it. And I don't know if you can see, but we can go to driving mode here, engine sound management. And right now the mufflers are open, so it is the factory dual mode muffler. We have American Racing headers, all the connection pipes going all the way back to the muffler. And right now it sounds incredible, but if you're on the highway and you're gonna go drive your car, you know, for long distance, and you want it to be nice and quiet, simply close, and you can't even hear the exhaust. Just like the C7s with the dual mode. So some customers like their cars to be loud all the time, and so we will upgrade to like a Corsa muffler or something like that. But people that drive their cars a lot and that are weekend toys, the dual mode mufflers are great just because you can go from quiet to loud just from the touch of a button. It's kind of hard to beat. Oh, it sounds so good. We'll keep traction control on, but it'll keep us in our lane in second gear, and then third and fourth should scream. And with the billet supercharger lid, you really hear that blower whine over factory. So much fun. again, to be able to just do that when you want from time to time is so much fun. And to know that you can do it and be reliable and not have to worry about something happening. Now granted, anything can happen in this performance world. We're making 700 rear wheel horsepower in this thing. The stock clutch in it is good for this horsepower level, but if you are drag racing it or road racing it a lot over and over again, obviously we would recommend upgrading the clutch. And then same with other drivetrain components when it comes to suspension and stuff like that. But Curtis, I hope you enjoy this, man. 700 rear wheel horsepower with 3 pedals, to me, is fun as heck to drive. And then if you wanted to hook up better in second gear, if you want to turn traction control off, obviously a Toyo 888 on the back will do the trick for this horsepower level. First gear still will be sketchy, obviously, but second, if you want to just hit it from like a 40 punch, definitely put a Toyo on the back of it and this thing will be great. But even, y'all saw, even with the Michelins on it, you can still drive it and floor it and have fun with this thing. And like I said, then you can shut the exhaust off and it still drives like a stock car. You don't even know anything's done to it. So I'm gonna get it back to the shop. We're gonna get this thing cleaned up and get it shipped back to Curtis and get on to the next one. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, please comment below, give it a like if you like it, and until next time.